Shows that make you laugh. Shows that make you think. Music that moves you. It could only be one place. Universal Broadcasting Network. Tune in at ubnradio.com.
Welcome to The Actor's Choice, where the actors and actresses have a chance to talk about themselves and their careers. Join us now for the next hour as we explore the marvelous industry of acting by actors and actresses from today's exciting show business world. And now, direct from Hollywood, here's your host, Ron Brewington.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ron Brewington, and welcome to The Actor's Choice, brought to you by Photography as an Art. Harvey Brandman, master photographer, located at 1307 North San Fernando Boulevard in Burbank, California. And the newly released book, Mass Murders in America, written by attorney Ron Irwin, now available from lulac.com in paperback at a 30% discount price. Our guest today is an actress with nearly 10 IMDb credits, but she's also a meteorologist, a broadcast announcer, a storm chaser, an energy efficiency consultant, a sustainability analyst, and she's well educated with a bunch of degrees. She's logged tens of thousands of miles tracking and studying tornadoes across the country. She's covered notable weather events, including Storm Irene, the Halloween nor'easter of 2011, Superstorm Sandy, the blizzard of 2013, the wildfire of 2013, the record-setting Boston snowfall of 2015, and most recently, Hurricanes Irma, Harvey, and Maria. Wow, what a mouthful. And oh yeah, she does get some time. She works closely with nonprofit organizations, helping raise awareness for ASD. She'll talk to you about that. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Erika Martin.
Thank you.
Nice to see you, lady. Nice to see you.
Such a pleasure.
It's been a long time since we've seen each other.
Such a pleasure.
Thank you for coming in today. First question. What do you do when you have some free time?
I don't love to have too much free time.
Okay.
And it's something that I feel like I've learned from professors like you.
Okay.
You were my professor at one time. I like to stay active, but when I do need some downtime, the best thing that suits me and my body and my mind and soul is meditation and yoga, and a great walk or a hike.
Okay. Okay. Get out, get
So
and it
very
shows.
active.
And it shows too. You look
I like
good.
to stay active. Thank
Yes.
you. I think when you're studying and you're working so hard, the best thing you can do for your mind and your body is to just get it going and get that blood circulating.
Right. I wish more people pay attention to that.
I hope so too.
Yeah, the graveyards are filling up all the time.
Oh no,
you know.
not good.
Where are you from, and how did you get into the acting business?
Well, I'm from Hartford, Connecticut originally, so I am a New Englander. It was such an accident, the way this all happened. I was in New York. My first university that I was accepted to was NYU. Very expensive, couldn't afford it, so the reality sunk in. But before I left New York and came to California, I was standing in a coffee shop. Somebody turned around to me and asked me, would I be interested in hosting a show? And I had no idea what that meant. And I said, sounds great. And I went, and I was like 18, and I went, and it was so fun. And I ended up working in television, and it just was very organic. And then when I came to California, went to SMC. I just started to work with agents and television shows and people stopping and asking. And I think, my personality, I'm very chatty. I love people. I'm outgoing. That really breaks the ice. So it enables people to just see like the opportunity that you might have.
Got you.
Yeah.
As you know, according to IMDb, your first role was in 2004 when you hosted the TV series La Nacional. Please tell us about it.
That's right. So it's so there are two shows. One was American Latino and one is Latin Nation. So they're both shows that are syndicated and nationally syndicated, and they're all about the Latino culture, music, art, history. And it isn't exclusive to Latino culture. It certainly incorporates the American dream, but it's about our place within this melting pot of America and how, because what I think it's hard for us as a Latino is to stay true to your Latino culture, in other words, your roots, maintain them for the next generations, but also be an American, and participate in what's new in this world to us as well.
You speak Spanish fluently?
I do speak Spanish fluently.
I don't want to put you on the spot, but I know a lot of Latinos and other people from other cultures, they don't speak their language, and I get in their case about that. Hold on to your culture.
You do, but but in their defense,
Yes.
I actually went back to Puerto Rico to study in Atorrey for 3 months.
Okay.
The issue, I think, or one of the problems I find is that phonetically, you actually speak Spanish from a different place. It's nasal. When you speak a Germanic language, English, you speak from your diaphragm. So what happens to me personally, when I'm studying and I'm speaking Spanish for a long time, I definitely feel the difference, especially when I go back to work to speak in English. And I think when we're growing up, there is a need for us to not have a dialect or an accent. So I think our parents, who are the first generation, kind of instill in us to perfect the English language. So sometimes that gets lost, but I think a lot of us as we get older, we're like, no, we want to speak Spanish. So sometimes we'll go back to it.
Right. Because as a college professor at SMC, that's Santa Monica College, by the way.
That's right,
I tell a lot of students, hey, look, particularly those of different origins, please learn your language, stay true to it, because it's your culture.
Yeah.
They can never take that from you.
No, they can never take it from you, and nor should you ever allow that to be the case. But I think it's you have to blend it. And as you kind of grow up and feel like you're comfortable enough to appreciate it, that's when you start immersing yourself into languages, going abroad to your home country, and then just really getting the feel for it. Because what's so cool about it, Ron, is not only the language. It's like when you go to Puerto Rico, I mean, after Hurricane Maria, of course, but when you go to Puerto Rico, the people are just so fun. Who doesn't want to go out and have like a great Puerto Rican time? It's fun. Like all we do is party. And my dad's Mexican, so I mean, I have two cultures that are just fun and happy people. That's it.
That's it. You should have been here a couple weeks ago. We had Bill Duke here, and they were talking about salsa.
That's right.
Do you do salsa?
I'm an okay dancer. I would like to think I dance salsa well, but here's the thing: I'm more of a reggaeton girl. So salsa for me, I'm a little too left feet. I do try.
All right, because they're starting a new TV series.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah, that's going to be good.
The gentleman along with him, Marlon Franklin, whose idea the whole project was.
Yeah.
And they're doing well. They're going to do well.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, very excited for them. Yes, indeed. The next year, 2005. You were a sassy stylist in the TV series Trailer Fabulous. Can you tell us about that?
That was such a great opportunity, and I owe that. I've been so fortunate in my life and in my career. This was Vinny Potestivo, who worked at MTV at the time, and Tony DeSanto. I had no experience. I went in, and I was just like, "Hi," and they were like, I'm talking to them, and I just had such a fun time. They hired me as their stylist. I love fashion, so that's needless to say, but not to take that away from a high fashion stylist. They're amazing. I was just in there having a great time. I had an amazing group of people that I worked with, but that was pretty exciting because you get to see how everything unfolds, and that was the first time I did a reality show, and it's really, really wildly fun. I recommend it.
Me too. Okay, all right. Because the same year, you also played yourself in the TV series Total Request Live.
That's right. I think that was part of the whole thing with Dress My Nest. So we went out, we were meeting and greeting people. We did a bunch of shows, some press, and it was a blast.
Yeah.
It was fun. I think anything in life, when you have fun, it flies and you want to do more.
Right. Because that's what you want to do more.
But have fun.
Right.
Life is short.
Life is too short. Thank you. Life is too short.
And actually, I always say this, and I think you were one of the professors that really instilled this in me. Work can be fun, and fun can be work. So if that combination isn't there, it means you're doing the wrong thing.
Yeah. Thank God she remembered. Now, by this time, you were really getting into the acting business. I mean, working, having an agent and a publicist. You got a publicist, right? By the way, got to have a publicist. We tell a lot of people that get a publicist, like watering a duck. It goes on one end out the other. And just having a great time. That's basically, as you said, that's basically what it's all about. By the way, when I'm on the set, when you're on the set, what's your favorite place?
On the set?
Yes.
Oh gosh, I don't know. Probably in front of the camera.
Okay.
That's what I do, right?
Yeah.
I love it. In front of the camera.
I like the food truck myself.
Oh, you?
I got to eat them. That's where good food is at. Get all that good food in there. How does your family feel about what you do, Erika?
Oh, they love it. They're so proud. They're so happy. They. My whole family's a bunch of hams, my mom is the oldest of 13.
Okay.
So I have a huge family, and so everybody's just so proud, and they're excited. They're excited that while I continue to do all of this on-air stuff, including acting and hosting and broadcasting, I never stopped going to school.
Good.
So I always did both. And was it easy? No. It was painfully difficult at times, but they were proud that I was able to do both and, have a career, work on my career, but continue to go to school, because in our culture, in every culture, I think that is like, first generation, second generation, education in America is priceless. And so we are very fortunate to have that. And I'm still in school now, actually, so I'm applying for a PhD program. So I don't know, maybe I'll die with a book in my hand.
Right, because when I left you, you were just getting your associate degree.
That's right.
And now you're talking about a PhD.
That's right. So I completed a degree in a Bachelor of Science at Mississippi State University in meteorology. So then I went back to get my master's. But I decided that master's in operational meteorology wasn't of interest to me because I wanted to do more. So I decided to start a program, an MBA in energy and sustainability. So a lot of finance behind that to support that. No matter what you do, acting, and guys, this is the biggest tip I can give anybody, it's all business. And when you understand business, you really are the master of everything that you're doing. And so I went back to get a degree in a master's in business for energy. And so now I'm applying for a PhD. I'm never going to end school. Oh my God, one day.
We call them Power High and Deeper. That's what they call the PhD.
God.
One thing, let me see, how can that sound? Dr. Erika Martinez.
I like that. Yeah. Oh, yes. Okay. Keep saying. Somebody record that one and give it back to me. I'll go to sleep with it every night.
Okay. We used to talk. I remember we talked about what I call the 3 E's: education, exposure, and experience. I used to always say it to the students, and I still do to this day.
It's important.
Very important.
I mean, it's so important to have your education. And I don't mean you don't have to go for a graduate degree. No, when I say education, I even took like a shoe cobbling class. So I know how to make a shoe from scratch. You take quilting classes, anything that is going to keep your mind really alert and makes you think outside the box.
Right.
And the experience, you need to have that because you're not going to grow. And experience, one of the things you also told us is that it is uncomfortable sometimes, but you have to be uncomfortable so that you can grow out of like your old shell. And so experience, I think, does that for you.
Yes.
It makes you kind of uncomfortable at first and you don't like it, and then you grow and you look back a year or two later and you're like, okay, now I know why that happened.
Right. Because the academic definition of education is a change in behavior.
There you go. I didn't even know that.
Change in
Thank
behavior.
you.
As a little baby, we crawled around, got a little bit more time, a little more education, and we stood up and started walking. And now we're running as time goes by. It's amazing. I have daughters, and I'm very proud. I'm going to brag here for just a moment.
Let's do it.
About 10 days from now, she will walk at UC Berkeley and get her master's in public health.
Oh, that's good.
I have another daughter last year. This time she came out of Columbia. Now she's getting ready to go to Harvard Law School. And I look at both of those girls, and their mother and I, we all look at them and go, yeah.
Congratulations. That's great parenting, because I owe so everything to my family, my parents, especially my mother. For me, I came from a single parent household, and no matter single, both parents, doesn't matter. It's the parent, that really. I don't have children. It's a huge responsibility. But when you see that and you see what a child has done and has accomplished so much, you understand how important the parent's role was in it. Right. And for me, my family has been so supportive. So congratulations. It means it's a reflection on who you are.
It's the next generation. I want my children, because I see too many people going into the next generation and they haven't done anything. They don't want to get any education. Oh, it's boring. I don't like it. Bad attitude.
Bad attitude.
Yeah, bad attitude.
It's not going to be of course, who doesn't want to be outside all the time having fun? Right. But you know what? Once you're done with this, you have to pay your dues in life.
Yes.
It's paying your dues, and then you reap that reward.
Right. And employers, the first thing they ask you, do you have a master's? Do you have this?
These days, that's the first question.
First question.
And I'll tell you what, this is really interesting. I just moved back to LA, and a few weeks ago, because I'm working on a project, but I, went to backstage, and I thought, maybe because I'm working in sustainability now, and so I said I want to find an agent, because maybe they can help me, something different, not a broadcasting agent. I want like an acting agent, right? And the first thing they said to me was like, we're only calling people with masters.
Right. That's it.
I was surprised.
Yeah, that's what they're doing these days. And in the next couple of years, they're going to say PhD.
Yeah.
Because I know I go to job fairs sometime here in California
Yeah.
for California teachers, and I see PhDs can't get jobs. Can't get a job. Sometimes you can be undereducated. Sometimes you can be overeducated.
Right.
You know,
Right. I was amazed. I was amazed to have somebody who was commercial representation say, we call people with masters only. I was so blown away.
Wow. Hope y'all listen to this. We get a lot of people that listen to the show. A lot of young people listen to the show, and they feedback. They send me little notes back and said, "Thank you for telling me that." And for you to have you here today is a blessing, because we get people like Bill Duke and like John Wesley, and other people like that who've been in the business for many, many years. Here you are coming into the business now. You've got 8 IMBD credits, you know, and sometimes I get one guy. He's coming in here probably in about another 3 months. He's got 366 IMDb
Wow.
credits.
Amazing.
But remember, at one time he had 4.
Right.
Right.
Well, you have to build it.
You gotta build it.
You have to build it. It doesn't come easy, and you have to work at it, and it's okay. There are sometimes it's going to be really hard. You're going to hate it. You're going to kick and scream, but keep going.
Right. Yeah. And that day that you walk across that table and that aisle,
It's
and do this.
It's amazing. It's funny because actually, graduation is in a couple of days, and I. You know, when I got the cap and gown in the in the mail, and I ordered it. I just thought, like, this is so cool. This is my graduate degree, and then I was like, wait, so I'm interviewing now for a PhD? Like, this is crazy. But in the meantime, I just want to take like some classes in computer science, probably over the summer at SMC. But it really is education, and you know why I say that, Ron, is because I get to meet people like you. I get to meet people like your director, people that I would never have met otherwise if I had stayed in my house and not done anything different. It really is about being uncomfortable. Who cares? Try it. You're gonna see something cool is gonna happen.
Right. Right. And what amazes me, we can talk about this later as well, the technology of today's world.
Absolutely. It's all about
Absolutely.
technology.
That's
I mean,
it.
it really is, and it's funny that you say that because
Yes.
when I completed my graduate degree, I thought to myself, it was a very interesting degree, by the way. It was in energy and sustainability. And one of the things that I think you would relate to is there's a kind of coldness to it. There's like, it's very removed, because when you're talking about sustainability, it's vague, and then people tend to talk about energy and numbers and BTUs and kilowatt hours, and you're just like, okay. So I wanted to make it a lot more relatable. So I actually invented a product, a patent. I just received it over the weekend. So
Congratulations.
yeah, and I opened it right after church on Sunday. So it was very, very
Good time
cool,
to do
very
it.
good
Very
time.
good timing, yes.
And it's technology based. And technology is the way of the future, so you think about like computer science, computer engineering in general, or going into the energy sector. But anything that you do, you have to have a command over some product of technology.
I know your mother's proud of you.
She is. She's tough though. It's not enough for her. It's not,
What's your name?
Livia.
Okay.
And my sister goes to Caltech, so my sister's an impressive one. I'm like the one trying to catch up. But it's funny because my mom's just like, that's good, it can always be better.
Yeah.
And it's not that she's not proud, it's just that, like you expect more and more because everybody is capable of more.
Right. And particularly as a minority, you need to have that education. There's no excuse not
No
to get
excuse.
it.
No. And it does you a disservice. It does your family a disservice. It does your future generation a disservice.
Yes.
And it's just not a wise move. And these days, you're doing things like, and actually you can do things to make it an advantage. For example,
Okay.
Until I went to get my graduate degree, I didn't really understand how advantageous. I never had to pay anything. My parents took care of my education, so I didn't have any loans, anything outstanding. But when I went to get my graduate degree, it was recommended to get a Stafford loan.
Okay.
Because when you are done paying that and building that credit increases your credit score as long as you're on time and put that on a regular, payment plan. That's the strongest way to build credit. So even if maybe you take out 1 or 2 semesters on a loan, you then build that and pay that back. So not only are you building your education, but you're also building something that's really important in our cultures.
Yes.
We need to build credit.
Credit.
And strong credit histories. So that was kind of like the bonus, and I thought, okay, this is good stuff here. So you learn a lot.
Oh, great conversation. I love it. We could go on and on and on. I call it education. And okay, when your journey, you early career, 2006, no acting work, but 2007, you were in the TV series Your LA. Tell us about it, please.
Your LA, I believe it was also called Whipnotic. There was a combination for KMBC.
Okay.
So it was, I worked with Fred Rogan, and we went.
Rogan. Been around a long time.
The nicest guy.
Yes.
And we went to local car places like, owners or car enthusiasts, and I got to ride some of the coolest cars. I took some classes with Bobby Orr, who's a stunt driver, and just had a fantastic time and worked again with somebody like, just at KMBC was great and working with a great team.
Right. Like I said, you got a lot of personality. That's beautiful. We found a video that we would like to show our viewers.
Sure.
Can you run that thing for me, Mr. Engineer? Thank you, sir.
So you're obviously a big fan of fashion. Is that what brings you out tonight?
Yes, I'm a wardrobe stylist by nature and by birth, and I kind of made the transition into hosting. Hi guys, Erika Martin here, and I'm talking with RedCarpetTalk.com.
Ella le gusta la gasolina, dame más gasolina, me encanta la gasolina.
Hey Alex, you're a good looking guy here, but I noticed that your clothes are way too big for you. We're gonna darken your hair a little bit. We're also gonna fix your tooth, but we're gonna turn you into a hot daddy.
This is a really unattractive side of you, Steve.
You're welcome.
Ooh, yeah. Her style again, bohemian chic, very organic.
I love this rug. It's so perfect because Alitza loves stripes, she loves color, she loves purple, and I love that you're bringing so much of your husband into your look.
Yes.
It's like you guys are really together at all times. He's your best friend.
all
He's
time.
my best friend. Yeah. All right, Tom, so let's go get the rest of the stuff. We have an hour.
An hour?
Yes, sir.
You're kidding me.
Uh-huh. You've got a lot of red going on in the ruffles, in the shirt itself, in the
Yeah,
pinstripes.
yeah.
And yeah, that was a big inspiration for Tom. You know what it is? I really like it. It's just that it's too much pink, I think. Like, you were talking about grounding the room with gray,
I think they're really great looking.
but I just think that it's too much, Just a little bit. No? Yeah.
Because I love you, I'm gonna let you have your curtains.
We need to get them some serious manicures, especially Beth here, who's got the 1970s nails. Can we hook her up with square nails, shorter and maybe one color?
That's nice. Great personality.
Thank you, thank
Oh,
you. I
wonderful,
was chuckling in the
wonderful.
beginning, and I love it. Like, of course, I have to have Daddy Yankee on reggaeton, like gasolina,
Yes.
which is another thing for us. We're so proud of, I know that song Despacito went on and forever last
Please,
year,
please,
but we
yes.
were all really mad it didn't win Record of the Year. Okay, so in my household, anyhow, my mom was furious. So just have to add that in there.
Who are some of your mentors that you go to?
Oh gosh. Oh, I'm so fortunate. Mom. Aunties.
Okay.
And my uncle, one of my uncles who's a Marine, and he's he's one of the strictest, toughest people you'll find. And I love him to death. You.
Right.
I have professors at SMC that I also worked with. There was Brad Lemons, AJ Edelman. Some of my mentors now include Dr. Ronald Byron, who's a leadership expert. A lot of my friends, but it's hard to say because I don't have one particular mentor. I take something from everybody. There are specific people I ask certain questions to and say, like, I know you're going to be the expert. For example, when I was writing my patent, I thought, who can I turn to? Who can give me the best help with the verbiage? And that would be Dr. Byron, because he understands what is required in that setting. But I've had so many wonderful people that have guided me that I can say I probably have like a dozen mentors that I turn to. And I think it's important to have that in your life, to not limit it to just one or two people, because there are so many people that can give you this small little seed of idea, like this little baby idea, and it just blossoms into something great. Even one of my professors that I can admit, oh my gosh, he was so tough. He was so tough. Oh my God. He would just make us calculate energy efficiency, till the cows came home. And I still look up to him and just beyond impressed by what I get out of him.
Right, because every day the attitude is that you learn something new every day or relearn something old.
Yes, and and I don't want people to think that a mentor should be like, somebody who's a neurosurgeon, or it's not that.
Yes.
Somebody who you would find to be a mentor, or who I could find to be a mentor, can be anyone. Right. You know, you can find the somebody at concierge, somebody at your local CVS, anything, you know, or a mentor can be anywhere. Sometimes you start this conversation with somebody and you're like, I really like that guy at Starbucks, and you become friends with them, and then they start giving you good advice. Look for a mentor any and everywhere,
exactly.
because they're everywhere.
They're everywhere. You and my daughter sound alike. She said the same thing. In 2007, you had 9 episodes in the TV series Dress My Best. Okay. In 2008, you played yourself in the TV movie CMT 40 Sexiest Music Videos.
Country music.
#1 format in the country. What's wrong with that?
No, I love it.
Yeah.
I don't know too much about it, but I know enough. And I was like, ooh, this is good.
#1 radio
Yeah.
format in America. And here in LA, you do know what Hispanic music, but you get a lot of that music in there. Get country music in there.
Oh, yeah. Bachata, all that good stuff. Yeah.
Ole.
That's right. Yeah.
Don't dance around the studio.
I know, right? Give me a second.
In 2009, I see that you starred as Linda Lopez, a news reporter in the short film Wannabe.
That's right. Yes.
And as I went through the credits, I see the name Brad Lemons, director and producer. Jim Giggins.
That's right.
Jim Giggins, NBC News, White House.
I love
Another colleague of mine over
right.
at SMC. You guys look.
Do you see how much SMC has influenced my career and my life? And I really give that credit, you know, because sometimes people say, "Oh, it's local college, it's not Yale." Listen, I got into Columbia, I got onto all those good schools. I know what was good for me. I knew that when I ended, you know, my undergrad studies, I didn't want to have a loan that was super expensive. It was a house basically. So I looked into a good school that was local, that was affordable, and I read about SMC when I was taking classes at UCLA. And I read about the advantage because you get some of the same professors for a great deal, and you're getting the best of the best. And I have found that SMC, for me personally, has changed my outlook. It changed my life. It's so diverse, and I love diversity. So it meant so much to me. So you'll notice a lot, especially as as we talk and throughout my entire process of life, I always say SMC did a lot for me. It really did.
Erika, thank you. We appreciate that. Definitely. I'll tell the president of the college what you said. Definitely. And you know, something else I think a lot of people need to understand. The transition from high school to college is sometimes very difficult for some people. And when you go into a 4-year school, bam, the first thing you did, you did your thing in high school, but now you got a professor, give me a 200-page term paper. And let me and read 500 pages. And here's Thursday, I want you to do that by Monday. Then went my weekend. You know.
Well, I went to boarding school.
Okay.
So I went to, it's called Northfield Mount Hermon. It's in in the Berkshires, basically. So it's very, very cold. Oh my God, I don't know how I made it through those 4 years, but I did. And in fact, I don't know how I snuck out once at midnight. It was free in December. I don't know what I was thinking, but that prepared me. But you are right, and it's just. But I also think I go back to the parents. You know, your parents have to raise you in a way that it doesn't come easy. Right. I think the social part of it is really tough. Just looking at my sister. My sister has little to no time to be social. I mean, but she's working on something I can't even pronounce in organic chemistry. I don't know what she's doing. It's okay, great. But I think that it does. You have to be socially ready. You have to be financially ready and academically ready, because it's a process. It's a huge undertaking, and you don't want to fail at it. Well, and even if you don't do it well at first, you'll do it again. It's okay.
Because they don't lead you around in college.
No, and I would say this to myself. I'd say, I take a class and I was like, oh God, this is, what was it, Calculus 4. I thought, differentials. And I was just like, okay, worst case scenario, Erika, you don't pass it. Right. You just got to take it again. At least you'll meet some really cool people. You'll make some great friends. And then you'll take it again. Luckily I did, but I was just I didn't want to take it again. Right. But you have to have that attitude. It's not failure, it's just try again.
Exactly. And the one of the secrets of success in those classes, look at the course outline. Read the course outline and follow the course outline. You do that, the letter A is all over you. You don't do that, what's that letter after E? F, right.
Exactly, F, right. Or ask the professor. They always help.
That's another thing.
People don't ask.
Right, I have office hours. Come on and talk to me. Bring some coffee, sit on down. Let's talk a little bit.
Exactly.
They don't get it. But then in 2014, here's a good one.
Yes.
You were a rotating weather anchor for several episodes on Good Morning America. Yes.
Yes. That was an amazing opportunity. So at the time, I worked at WTNH, which is an affiliate, an ABC affiliate. Right. And I was invited to fill in for Ginger Z. And so I never got to meet her, but definitely somebody I look up to. And it was so fun. You know, you look at these people, they're at the top, you know, the cream of the crop, essentially. And what nice people. One of the things I want to just always say is remain humble, remain honest, transparent, and kind to everybody, because you are going to understand that this is any business you get into is essentially a small business, no matter what sector. And when you meet Ron Claiborne, oh my gosh, he's the nicest guy. By the way, he took me to lunch. He treated me to lunch. It was awesome. He was great. Everybody's just so nice.
Dan Harris?
Oh my gosh, such a nice person. I mean, just truly just nice. I worked with Bianca Goldriga, just the nicest, from hair, makeup to on air.
Yes.
Professional, kind, and courteous.
In that order.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. That was in it. I mean, because here you are in downtown New York City on Times Square, and you're being seen all around the world. Good morning, America.
Dream come true.
Oh, dream come true. Every time I pass by, they go, yay! Robin Roberts is a good friend of mine.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah.
Her father was a Tuskegee Yeoman, so I got.
Oh, okay, right. Yes. Wow.
Well, Erika, that's your career so far. We're going to take a little break, but before we do that, I believe we have a video of her. We have that video, Mr. Engineer? Yeah. Let's run that video. There you go.
New Haven. Good morning, Erika.
Good morning, Bianca. Right now we are tracking a low that's developing in the southern states here. Now, this is of interest, and it's been all the buzz on social media simply because, of course, it is St. Patrick's Day weekend. So everybody wants to know, how is this system going to behave come Monday when everybody wants to grab a cocktail or two and have a good time? Now, we are seeing some rain developing in the south, but we do have some colder air in place here. So by Monday, or Sunday into Monday, rather, we may see some light snow moving across the mid-Atlantic, and then this system continues to push offshore. So really, it's all about how the system will behave within the next 24 to 36 hours. Otherwise, for today and tonight, we are seeing some severe weather across Texas, including hail and some strong winds, an isolated tornado or so. So right now, tracking that severe weather, but more importantly, warmer weather across California. Conditions are getting warm out there. Feels more like summer than spring. That's your national outlook. Here's a look at your local weather.
Well, that little lady that you just saw up on that screen is sitting right there.
Thank you.
Oh, the terminologies that you have to go through, the highs, the lows, of this to that, the cumulus clouds, and all that good stuff.
That's right. That's right. So it's funny because we go through. I'll give you a little inside scoop in weather world. Okay, this is the behind the scenes. So when you don't have your meteorology degree, you are a weather forecaster. Okay, when you go through the atmospheric science or geoscience program and accumulate those credits that constitute, including calculus and physics, you are a meteorologist. Okay. So oftentimes you can see that because of the scientific terminology. And what you'll find, for me personally, what's hard is you're often asked to just simplify these terms. But I find that people like to hear those. Yes, they like to hear about things like a backdoor cold front or a double barrel low. They'll say, what's that? Well, people want to know, you give them, I say you give them coffee talk. You give them something to talk about at dinner, and then they'll learn about science and in a fun way. So it's something that I always like to clarify because it's something somebody actually tweeted about a week ago. So the difference between a weather forecaster and a meteorologist, and I think that's a heated debate.
Important, Alex and Diane,
because an AMA, what is it? Where does that come into it at?
I'm sorry?
The AMA, the
American Meteorologist. Right. So with that, it's you can become a member at any time. A National Weather Association as well. Yeah. You become.
All right. It's amazing. Here you got the Earth and the clouds are all in the same atmosphere. The clouds just move. Awesome.
It's amazing.
Man named God put his hands up and made
beautiful.
this whole thing. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. Wow. We got to take a little break. Got to pay the bills, We're back with actress and meteorologist Erika Martin. The studios of Harvey Brandman, Photography as an Art, is proud to offer a $100 discount off any photo package for you or your family valued at $300 or more. Harvey's been in the business for nearly a quarter of a century, and he knows just how to take care of you as a customer. So please give him a call today at 818-954-9294. That's 818-954-9294. You'll be glad you did. And by the way, please tell Harvey, tell him you heard about this offer right here on the Actor's Choice. Mass murders in America, A solid, realistic, and informative book seen and heard in today's headlines. Mass Murderers in America details every mass murder since September 1949 up to and including the September 2015 San Bernardino case. Attorney Ron Irwin authored the book, which is currently available for a 30% discount price. To get your copy today, just go to Lulu Press at lulu.com. That's lulu.com. And finally, if you have a product, service, or an event that you'd like to have told on this program, please call 323-533-1036. That's 323-533-1036. Thank you. Okay, today we will talk with actor and meteorologist Erika Martin. I'm your host, Ron Brewington, and this is The Actor's Choice. Okay, Erika, it just amazes me with the weather business, the work that you do. Let's take well, we just showed that this is another one we have for you. Can you roll the second one for me, sir? There we go. This is the second one. Get back into that weather.
Denise, so we are tracking that wintry mix, as you just mentioned, and some rain showers moving through the area. So first alert includes a rain and that wintry mix, but for who's going to get what? Lehigh Valley, Berks, Chester County, northern Montgomery County, and Chestnut Hill, northwestern Philadelphia County. I do think you will see a light mix through 9 a.m. Monday morning. Of course, I will time that out for you. What can you expect? Tracking a wintry mix and widespread rain for many, especially south of Philadelphia County. Now, if you look at the bottom of your screen, you will see your local neighborhood forecast. Satellite radar image right now tells a really great story because we are seeing all of those developing clouds. And of course, that southwesterly push there, you're seeing the greens, some light purples and some pinks, of course, denoting that wintry mix, some snow and some rain, of course, some sleet. So be mindful of that through the overnight hours. A local perspective here, you can actually see more of the blues and the pinks as well around Allentown. So Berks County, Lehigh Valley, also seeing that. Current temperatures right now, mainly seeing some upper 30s, so they're pretty mild right now as far as temperatures go. But keep in mind, anytime we do have any precipitation in the atmosphere, that does tend to cool the column of air, which is why we will see that change over to that wintry mix. So Leonard.
Wow, this is what we call education and training. Plus, I see you're acting, literally.
Yeah, I'm in front of the camera. It helped. Right. I mean, it helped, and you have to ad lib. Computers fail sometimes. Technology fails, and you better know the weather no matter what's behind you. Right. It can sometimes just be a black screen, and you just got to keep on talking. And it doesn't matter. So you have to know this. So I think that all the experience I've had trained me and allowed me to be really comfortable. Notice how I had black short hair there. Yeah. So what happened was I took a year. 2014 through 2015, I was filling in at CBS, but I wanted to storm chase, and oftentimes when you're under contract, you're not allowed to do that. So I took a year to chase storms, tornadoes, just chase. And I wanted to be more rocked out looking, so I cut my hair, I dyed it black, and I was like, time to rock and roll. So it was fun. So now my hair is like back to where it was before, but it was funny because I looked at that, I was like, I look totally different. I was rocking out.
Right. As you're talking, you reminded me of the class that we teach over at Santa Monica College. Remember the first time we went into a studio and we put the teleprompter up for you guys? And remember I said to you guys, I said, when you leave here tonight, you're going to go home and you're going to say, I can do that. The only difference between you and them, they've just been doing it longer than you. But here we have a great opportunity, the exposure, the experience, that's what we're talking about.
The experience really is, because again, when things fail, you just have to keep going. And also I think in that particular clip that was with my anchor, Denise Nakano, who's like brilliant, like she won like 20 Emmys or something. And you learn from the best, essentially. You learn from the best, you work with the best, you just become better, and you work with like somebody like her who's just so kind, and you just kind of grow, and I think that was just fun to watch. Right.
Do you remember your first weathercast?
I do. It was in Reno, Nevada. And it wouldn't be W, it would be KRNB. I forget. You know that, right? So, guys, that's okay. So, W.
Except for KDK.
That's right. So, W is East Coast, K is West Coast. So, it was KRNB. I remember something, right? No, KRNB. And my first day, I don't know what happened, but the computer went blank. And I just remember the chief meteorologist at that time, he always said to me, as much as I'm into I like to save paper, he would always say, make sure you have your forecast written out just in case. You always have that 7-day. And I did, so I lucked out. But I just thought, this is Wow, bad. But it's okay. Just keep on smiling. All you can do is smile.
Right, just keep on smiling. But tell me something. The weatherman, okay, we got green screen, okay.
Yeah.
And then there's the weatherman, weather woman's dance. Can
That's
you
right.
please tell us about the dance, please?
It's salsa. No, I'm kidding. That's right, Dan, salsa. No. It's more, because you have monitors. You have monitors to your left, to your right. You actually have one under the camera in and of itself. So you have to, it's something that you always reminded us to never do, which was, shoulders to camera. You never, I'll see some meteorologists, even though I've since moved on and now I'm doing other things, that kills me. When I see your back, I'm done, because it's always camera. You have to have your face or shoulders to camera.
Okay. Wow. I love it when y'all do your just rock back
That's
and
right.
forth,
So
back and
it's
forth,
salsa. Yeah.
Your ethnicity is Puerto Rican Mexican.
That's right.
What the Latino presence in meteorology? You see a lot of Latinos in it.
We are, but I don't think they're enough. I'll be very frank.
Come on.
I'm not under contract, so I'm going to be very frank.
Racial pride.
I'm going to be very, very frank. And also, I find that there
I'll pass
are.
the mustard in just a few moments.
I'm sorry?
You be frank. I'll pass the mustard.
Thank you so much. That's right. I need the mustard for this one. Spicy. So I don't think there are enough of us, and I also think that we don't have the same flexibility as others may have, because there have been times for me personally where I've found it's okay for certain people to say certain things, and I think that there are boundaries still.
Yes.
I think that we're very smart, we're very bright, we hold on to that, we don't let anybody take that away from us, and we stay true to who we are. So sometimes what's good for the goose isn't goose for the gander, that's right, but it has to be. So it's up to us to make sure that we stand up for ourselves. So it's great that more of us are moving into the Anglo market and into the English-speaking market. There aren't enough of us that are, I think, that are motivated to be more scientific on air. But we are not only contained to Telemundo or Univision. I think that we need to understand that, and we need to be strong about it. We have to be strong about it, because I want to be able to show people, because you'll be very surprised, and this is, Ron, this is really, really, one time I was working at a station, and I had somebody write in saying, that Puerto Rican doesn't have a degree. You know what? I'll tell you what. It's okay. I'm being very honest. Yes, that Puerto Rican does.
Yes.
So, and we have and you can go to my schools and check. So, be strong, stick to the science, be smart. It's okay to be smart. If somebody doesn't like it, then it's too bad. And I think it's very, very important to be strong, kind but strong, and very intelligent. And going back to what you say, education is key. And you have to be a master. And no matter how good you are, you have to be 10 times better. Always.
Right. As a Latino, what is the image that Hollywood, to your knowledge, that Hollywood wants for Latinos?
I actually think now, in Hollywood in particular, we're talking just here.
Just talking.
I actually think they're very open. I think they're doing their best. I think that they really are doing their best, because it's about combining cultures, and we have to be open to what they want from us, and they have to be open to what we have to offer. So I see that a lot. I love seeing like Zoe Saldana.
Yes.
I love her. She's wonderful. She's such a great example. Jessica Alba, great example of what Latinas are, but we're also, again, we're Americans. So it's that combination. I have found that Hollywood has been very generous to us in allowing us to be who we are, and then incorporating this the country, because you have to understand, we come here, and whether our parents are from Puerto Rico or Mexico or Panama, from Argentina, we have our own cultures and values that we have to stay true to. And the great thing is, I believe Hollywood understands that and uses that as an advantage, because you get somebody like Sofia Vergara, who is fantastic. Listen, she's the typical spicy Latina, like va-va-voom. And they think it's perfect, and they use it, and I'm very, very happy. I can say that. I personally think they're moving in the right direction and doing a great job.
Great deal. Okay. Is there any limits to you, what you do?
No.
No limits?
Not at all. And you know what? The limit is all in your mind.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
it.
you.
It's mind over matter, always. If it's not here, it's not going to be here, and you're never going to do it. I listen to, and I know you know who he is, Art Williams, Just Do It.
Yes, yes.
I listen to that every single morning. You know, he says, people talk and they just say, I want to do this. And he says, well, just do it. And it's really, just do it. And I listen to him. I listen to Les Brown. I listen to Tony Robbins. And this is every day, every night. It's the first thing I hear in the morning, the last thing I listen to before I go to bed. You have to train your mind. When you train your mind, there are no limits. Physically, sure. Can I play volleyball? No. I wouldn't pick me. I'm 5 feet tall. I'd pick me last. But would I do my best? Yes.
As an actress, what kind of roles do you look for?
You know, I'm open to any role, really. I mean, no nudity, but I'm open to anything, and I leave that up to the discretion of the casting director, because that's their expertise. You know, I come in, and sometimes you see yourself one way, or you think you can't do something, and they see you in a different way. And I've heard that so many times with actors, and they said, I didn't think I was that person, and there's actually one actor I really like, Chris Pratt, right? He's in the new X-Men. So it's funny, I look at him and I'm like, I could see him doing like a really deep movie, really intense and kind of just like a tearjerker, but he does mainly like this stuff or comedy. And then you look at these people, you're like, no. So it's up to the casting director, whatever they think is right. I think that they're the professionals.
Okay. So say, Erika, what do you see yourself in 10 years?
Well, I have my one patent. Now I have another patent pending, so I'm officially an inventor. And what I see now is growing my sustainable brand. I have a consulting firm that includes weather consulting, meteorology, severe weather, energy efficiency, and sustainability. So now I just see growing this and then having a company that is large enough to hire more people and to push people to become better and to help the planet. And I say this in the nicest way. People always say, you know, you got to save the planet. And I'm like, no, you got to save yourself, because if you really understood the way the planet works, like the planet sustains itself. If it doesn't work, you'll be gone. The planet will still be here. So just helping spread the word about the atmosphere, about the planet, and how we can improve it.
Wow. I tease people all the time. I say the Earth turns on its axis at 1,070 miles an hour. I remember that because KNX radio's in this town, and their frequency is 1070.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, it's great. It's brilliant, yeah.
So what happens if it slows down a little bit?
Right. Well, I mean, if it does, well.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
It does.
Do you do any stage work?
No.
You know, that's the bottom line for me. I love, can you tell me why?
I don't know. I've never, I don't know. I just
Have you ever tried it?
No.
Ooh, lady, you got to try some
No,
stage work.
I mean, it sounds like it would be intriguing and fun. I just don't think I've ever tried it.
I'm gonna hook you after we get off the air. I'm gonna hook you up with some friends of mine who are on stage work.
I'll do it. I'm excited.
You've heard the expression "break a leg"?
Oh God, I don't use
they don't
that
mean
one.
literally, but they just say
I'm clumsy. I feel like I actually would.
How do you stay in shape?
Workout. You know, I definitely work. I do a lot of yoga, Kundalini.
Okay.
And I definitely do a lot of cardio.
Okay.
And I alternate between cardio and weights.
Okay.
And listen, I'm one of those people. I like ice cream. I like cake. I don't have it as much as I want to, but I do have it. I treat myself well. I stick to salads and just really doing a lot of cardio. And also kind of just, I think there's something to be said about thinking healthy.
Okay. Future projects. You said you talked about projects.
That's right. So creating this sustainable product right now, I have 4 partners on it, and we're now developing a pretty amazing product that hopefully I'll have the software developed within the next near future, and just building the message of sustainable behavior and meteorology and energy.
Okay. We ain't got time for a few more questions. How do you want to be remembered?
As a hard worker.
That's it? Just a hard worker?
A hard worker who dedicated herself to to the dreams that she had.
Okay.
Really important to me, because so many people don't chase their dreams and don't follow their dreams. And when my last breath here, I've been like, I tried everything I wanted to. I had a great time. I hope you guys think it was fun. And I want my family to remember. You know, last year we had a family reunion, and they gave me an award for saying for being motivational to the entire family. And my cousins, they write back to me and they say, you're such a motivation. And it makes me happy.
Yeah. Want to thank your publicist, A.J. Edelman.
That's right.
Yeah, he's as you know, we're colleagues over at Santa Monica
Yeah.
College. When he told me that you were coming, I said, yes.
That's
yes,
right. Yeah, I
yes,
was excited.
yes,
He's a great
indeed.
guy.
I got something for you.
Yes, thank you. What is it? What? Oh, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Just a small
You're so
way of saying
sweet.
thank you very much.
I would give you a hug, but we have our mics on.
That's right.
So
Mic to mic, mic
that's
to mic,
right.
mic
That's
to mic.
right. Thank
But
you.
you got to come back
Beautiful.
again, Erika.
Thank you so much.
Let's keep in touch
Gorgeous.
and find out what you're doing, where you're at. It
Yeah.
just makes us proud as teachers to see former students where they're going.
Thank you.
And lady, you right near the top of my list. I mean, like I said, I
God.
remember you when you were there. You had that energy as a student. You still got it. You had
Yes.
that love. You still got it.
And you gave me that lucky coin.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get another one of those.
I have that lucky coin. I remember you gave me that lucky coin, and I kept it, and I have it, and it's worked.
It's just a trademark.
You got to get these lucky coins. I feel like market these.
I call it something to do, just something to do. I have people, I love to give out silver dollars. It's
Yeah.
just one of the things that I do. And I'm reaching for, well, I think I've got it. By cracky, I think I've got it.
Oh,
My hands on
man.
it. Normally we do this off the set, but this is an Eisenhower silver dollar. Again, best luck to you. We gave you the first one. There's many more.
Eisenhower.
Eisenhower.
I'm reading his book right now.
Yes, ma'am.
This is beautiful. You guys mean so much to me. I absolutely love his mental agility and his strength. And I think that this is he's somebody I look up to as well.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
My
You guys,
pleasure.
these really work.
Thank you very much.
If you
Erika.
see Ron, ask for one of these. They'll take it to the top. I'll be the president. I'm kidding.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Want to thank our guest today, actress, meteorologist Erika Martin. And we want to thank you for joining us. We'll see you again next time.